Say it out loud and you begin to lose it. The goal you are proudest of, the version of yourself you swore you would become, the moment you announce it, the moment you let another person nod and smile and tell you how impressive that sounds, something quiet begins to die inside you. And here is the cruelty of it. You will feel none of it happen. It will feel, in fact, wonderful. That is the trap. There is a poison hidden inside praise, and almost no one is warned about it. When you speak your ambition into a room and a single person takes notice, your mind receives a reward it did not earn, a small warmth in the chest, a quiet sense of having arrived, and your mind, ancient and far more easily fooled than you would ever admit, cannot tell the difference between being seen as the man you intend to become and actually becoming him. The applause arrives first, and the hunger that would have driven you for months, the hunger that forges men out of ordinary clay, grows still. Satisfied, fed on a meal of smoke. In our own age, careful men set out to measure this thing the ancients only sensed. They gathered students who burned with ambition, each one certain of who they meant to become. Half were permitted to declare that intention aloud and have it acknowledged by another. Half were made to keep their silence. Then they watched to see who would actually do the work. And it was the silent ones who labored longest. The ones who had spoken, who had been seen and praised, had already spent the fuel. Their minds had quietly marked the goal as good as reached. They had traded the long climb up the mountain for the feeling of standing at its summit, and their hands never touched the stone. What the philosophers taught in cold temples 2,000 years ago, our own century confirmed in colder numbers. The man who announces his becoming rarely arrives, and here is the part that should frighten you. This poison is not equally strong on every goal. It is weakest on the small things you barely care about. The passing wish, the idle plan you would not mourn. It is strongest by far on the goals bound tightest to who you are, the identity you ache to claim, the self you would trade years to become. Precisely the goal you are most tempted to speak aloud is the one that speaking aloud will most surely kill. The deeper it lives in you, the more the applause costs. So the very ambition burning hottest in your chest right now, the one you can already feel rising up your throat, wanting to be said, that is the one you must guard most fiercely of all. Your passion is not proof you should share it. Your passion is the reason you must not. Consider who understood this best. Marcus Aurelius ruled the entire known world. He commanded legions, governed millions, held more power than any voice around him would ever hold. And the deepest thoughts of his life, his philosophy, his private war against his own weakness, he told to no one. We know them only because, long after his death, we found them written in the dark, in a book he addressed to himself and never meant for another set of eyes. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be, he wrote there, alone. Be one. Not describe one, not promise, at a table full of admirers, to become one. Be one, in silence, in private, in the one place where no audience can pay you early for work you have not yet done. Epictetus, who was born a slave and died freer than the emperors who owned men like him, gave his students an instruction harder still. Say nothing of your progress, he told them. If you have learned to eat simply, do not announce that you eat simply. Do the thing. Let the doing be the whole of it. For the moment you perform your discipline for an audience, it quietly stops being yours. It becomes a performance you owe to them, and a performance can be applauded and finished and set down. A discipline can only be lived. Now understand exactly what is being defended here, because this is not what it first appears to be. This is not modesty. This is not humility worn like a costume for others to admire. This is a wall you build around a fire before that fire is strong enough to survive the wind. And there are two thieves waiting outside it. The first thief is doubt. Speak your unfinished ambition into a room, and some will quietly disbelieve you. You will see it cross their face, the flicker, the polite nothing, and it will find the exact crack of doubt you were already hiding from yourself. Their coldness becomes your excuse. You did not fail. You were simply never believed in. And so you stop. The second thief is far more dangerous because it arrives dressed as a friend. It is praise. Some will hear your goal and celebrate it before you have earned a thing. They will hand you the warmth, the recognition, the feeling of the finished man, and you will accept it because it feels like fuel. It is not fuel. It is the fire spent before the forge is even lit. Both thieves take the same thing from you. Both leave you emptier than before you opened your mouth. The disciplined man does not offer his flame to every passing hand. He guards it. He feeds it where no one is watching. And he lets the world meet it only when it has become something that can no longer be blown out by a single cold breath. There is an older shape to this truth, older than any study, older even than the philosophers. The forge does not announce the blade. It works in heat and in darkness, the hammer falling where no eye can follow, and the steel says nothing of what it is slowly becoming. It does not step out half-formed to be admired. It does not ask the room whether it is impressive yet. Only when the work is finished, only when the edge is true and the metal will not bend, does the blade at last leave the fire. And then it has no need to speak at all. Its silence in the making is the entire reason for its strength in the end. You are the forge. Your discipline is the fire inside it. And the version of you that you keep pulling out to show the room, the plan you narrate, the ambition you confess over and over to anyone who will nod, that is a blade you keep yanking from the heat too soon, half-made, still soft, shown again and again to people who will never once have to carry it into anything. Look at how everything worth becoming is actually made. Nothing strong is built in the open air of applause. The seed does its first and most important work buried in darkness, underground, where not a single eye can praise it. And by the time the world sees anything at all, the root is already deep enough to hold the whole tree against the storm. The temple is not raised in a day of announcement. It is laid stone by silent stone by men whose names the marble never records. The mountain says nothing of how long it took to rise. All of nature keeps its counsel, and all of nature endures. Only man is foolish enough to narrate the building of himself while the foundation is still wet, and then wonder why it never holds. So here is the practice. Take it because it costs you nothing and it defends everything. Take the single goal that matters most to you, the one closest to the person you are trying to become, and seal it. Tell no one. Not to hide in shame, but to keep the reward exactly where it belongs. At the end, buried inside the doing, never in the saying. Replace the announcement with one quiet act performed today and seen by no one. If you would be strong, go and lift the weight and say nothing of it. If you would be learned, read the page and tell no one you read it. Let the only evidence of your ambition be the trail of finished work you leave behind you, where anyone can see it and no one can argue with it. And then wait, because one day someone will notice what you have quietly become. They will ask how, and in that moment you will finally understand the oldest discipline there is. You will smile, and you will not fully explain, because by then the fire will be entirely yours. Bought with nothing but silence and time, owed to no audience, spent by no early applause. This is the law of silence, and it is simple enough to carry for the rest of your life. Praise paid early is a debt drawn against your discipline. Guard the goal. Feed the fire in the dark. Let the finished thing be the only announcement you ever make. The men and women who actually move the world are almost never the ones at the table describing how they intend to move it. They are somewhere quiet right now, doing the exact work that everyone else is still only talking about. So say it out loud and begin to lose it, or say nothing at all, and become the kind of person the world will not be able to look away from. This is one law of the forge. There are others, and each one is another wall built around the same fire. Stay close, and I will hand you the next. Master your mind, or someone else will.